Okay, so this is the final follow-up video to the issue I've been having with a 2012 Suzuki King Quad. I think it's an LT-A400F. As you can see, it's the 4x4asi automatic. Got some contaminated fuel, and it got into the system, and it's an 8-year-old machine at the time of this recording, so it's not surprising that the fuel filter was as bad a shape as it was. And if you're not aware, the fuel filter is actually inside the fuel pump housing. There is no inline fuel filter, so to speak. Go to your local ATV shop, and they'll probably order for you from All Balls for about 75 bucks a rebuild kit for this particular pump. You got 4 fasteners, as I've explained in an earlier video, and the unit separates after you take it off the machine, and everything's pretty much right there. Problem is, All Balls produces a pump that only puts out about 16 to 18 psi. The service manual for this unit requires, I believe it's 43 plus or minus 2. And so I thought I had a bad pump from stock from All Balls. So after contacting them, they sent me a replacement pump overnight. And they want the old one back, which I'll send them as soon as they give me a shipping label. But the replacement pump, once I rebuilt this unit right here again, still only put out the exact same amount as the first one. So what I wound up having to do is pay $375 for a brand new pump from Suzuki, which, as you'll see in a previous video, it holds 42 psi dead on. It builds pressure by either cycling the starter or cycling the on-off switch, because the pump only cycles for a minute until you actually bump the starter or cycle the on-off switch. So if you have a problem where the ATV winds up getting dirty fuel, once you clean your lines, clean your tank, clean your injector, you're going to be down to the pump. And I thought it was everything else on the bike. I checked the throttle position sensor, I checked the engine crank sensor, I ran resistance and checked voltages on everything, and could not find a problem with the machine. Went back to the fuel pump, went and got from AutoZone just a loaner tool fuel pressure test kit, put it in the line, as you can put it in the system, as you can see in one of the previous videos, and that's where I realized that this problem 3 weeks ago would have been solved had I gotten that and been able to realize that it's the All Balls pump that simply is not made for this machine. So again, unless they change the pump settings, you're down to having to pay $375 for a brand new pump. The symptoms with this, with too much or too little fuel pressure, is the bike will start for about 5 seconds, idle, and die. Now, if you adjust your throttle position sensor way out of range, you can actually get the bike to idle, but as soon as you touch the throttle, it'll wind up dying. And so if it starts for 3 to 5 seconds, or you adjust your TPS sensor and it actually starts and idles, but you can't run, you can't give it gas, you can't do anything to it, and without it dying, you're back down to your fuel pressure. So just a heads up, that was the final problem, was the lack of fuel pressure for the machine. Good luck.